I'm already in El Dorado Canyon. I've already gone through 2 rocky sections, and the tires.
Ride on, juggle, let your spirit be free, with the wind at your back and the whole world.
I told you I knew where I was.
Juggle, let your heart be your guide, in the depths of the thunder, it's your rant and your ride.
All right, let's try this again since I realize I'm not recording. I'm already in El Dorado Canyon. I've already gone through 2 rocky sections, and the tires are performing great. They seem to have as good or better traction. They should have better traction, but you know how rocks are. Traction in dirt doesn't equate to traction in rocks, but they're doing good. These tires are a lot stiffer than the original tires. Like if I push down on it, it barely even squashes, you know. And my first test ride yesterday, I took them in the rocks near my house. They performed well, but they were kind of bouncy, especially the front wheel over rocks. So today, coming in El Dorado, I lowered the tire pressure, so I didn't take it all the way down to 10 pounds that I like. 10 pounds to me is the sweet spot, but they're feeling pretty good where they're at. I got this one at 12 and I've got that one at 13. So we're gonna mosey on, and I'm not gonna videotape as much as I usually do, just because, you know, they're long videos. All my videos are long. So yeah, and I was just ranting when I realized that you know, my camera wasn't recording as the AI garbage. You know, they put, I've got Gemini AI on my Android, and when you come in here and you lose cell service, you know, the Gemini shuts off your music and everything because it's trying to connect to the internet. You know, it's giving you warnings. Cannot connect. And so your music shuts down. Whatever you got going shuts down because of these AI programs. I don't use AI. I know we're all using AI because they're moving everything towards it, but I don't intentionally open Chat GPT or Grog, or I don't open those and type in stuff for AI to search. I don't do that. But anyway, I got my phone on airplane mode, and yeah, my music's playing. So that's good for me. Airplane mode and music, that's what I want. And like I said, I rode through some pretty rocky sections already. Thought I was recording, and I wasn't. But these are, you know, so you're always gonna bounce around in El Dorado. And I think the tire pressure where I have it is just fine. And I'll evaluate that some more here, but that's where it's at. I'll have a new video this evening. It's already uploaded to YouTube. I uploaded it at 8K, and I hope they render it at 8K. I'm just letting it sit there before I publish it and see if that's the trick to get them to show it in 8K. Because maybe I'm publishing it before they can render it to 8K. because my last video I uploaded in 8K and it was like 1 a.m. in the morning. So it said anytime you upload a video, it says processing to 4K. So I went to bed, went to sleep. And to my surprise, the next morning I woke up. When I published the video, it was in 8K. So anyway, we're gonna see if that's part of the reason I'm publishing it too fast before they can render it at 8K on their side. They shouldn't have to render it, right? It's already 8K, but all right. The water's all murky, but I don't see any wet tire tracks, but usually it's murky when somebody just went through it, so we're gonna go around it. All right, hallelujah. So a little bit more water back in here. I think even since I rode in here and got my flat tire, because it rained. So like I said, always water in El Dorado. It doesn't take much to put water in El Dorado. Whew. Now the crap. So the company that sells these, they list these as a rock specific tire. I can't remember what they call it, but it's Rock Conqueror or something. And that's the way they listed them. I found one review. Yeah, I got all muddy. Maybe I got mud on my lens. So, where was I? You know, one video for sure that I watched where the guy got these and he was riding through the snow in them. So, he said, these tires are the best tires I've ever had. And they were, like I said, the company called them Rock Conquerors or something like that. And they're not doing too bad. I think it's fine. I might leave the air pressure where it is because, yeah, El Dorado is bouncy anyway, and so I won't have to go 10-10. I can keep it at 12-13, but you see that front tire just deflected off a rod. Whereas you didn't have a lot of that with the original tires. They were squished. They were cream puffs. Cream puffs, man, I'm telling you. And oh yeah, that's the other thing. I've already said it in another video, but I got a new seat. Just because I was bending the other one all to pieces. Yeah, if you could keep the front end straight, Rock Conqueror. So anyway, according to Amazon and this tire store, look at how the UTVs though churn up all the rocks in the road. Look at that. I mean, this used to be a fairly smooth road. And it always gets changed every time you come in here. But those guys are flipping their tires and just rolling boulders out in the road. You know, so the e-bike, no big deal. My dirt bike, yeah, it's a bigger deal. I love coming in here on my dirt bike, but you got to be more careful with picking your path. And these tires are taller, so I'm about it feels like I'm an inch taller than what I was before. So even with my seat all the way down, right, I'm just barely flat-footing when I'm in rocks. So all right, let's get up here and but this is what I bought her for. I have a friend who's interested in getting one now, but I don't know if he'll come in here. I hope he does. But I don't think this is his niche, right? He wants a e-bike to ride around town and get to the store and back from his home. And I get it. So, already. Woo! Yeah, babe. Yeah, baby. Yeah, look, that beer butter's still here. Yep. Maybe a UTV will run over it and get it flat. I hope they don't. But you know what I mean. No. So I'm in here about an hour and a half to 2 hours later than I was last time I rode in here, so I probably will not go to the cave. I always say that and then go farther. Woo! This is a cool spot right through here. I like it rocky as crud. You know, this is hard to get through here, even on the motorcycle. I used to go, we made a little go around, but I think that's pretty trash these days. And these rocks, every year, they just keep getting bigger. Yeah. Okay, I deflected off a rock last time I was in here with the stock tire. I just ran into a rock, right? So that was my fault. Woohoo! Yep. Little bit of bouncing. but it get done. I wish these tires had a little bit more tread on the start of the sidewall though, because I can feel when you get this tire really leaned over, then it slides a little bit because there's nothing there, just sidewall. Not a deal breaker, but I did notice that. Woo! Okay. Yeah, the famous rock crossings or creek crossings of El Dorado. Yeah, you can go on here and go right because I'm gonna swing around and then go back into there, but yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, that was good. All right, so now, oh, I love it when a plan comes together. So we just swing around and drop back in. You just miss a few rocks. You couldn't tell, right? Okay. I didn't want to slide out. Okay, get some momentum to pedal. There we go. All right, that's another way to go around. Oh, it's good when you pick good lines, man. That's all I got to say. Well, now we used to go up to the left. It was a lot smoother, but now from the rock slide, there's some big ass rocks in there. We might have to get off and walk. Let's go see what it looks like. Not too bad. All right. Crazy. I'm telling you, man. Whoa, get it. Woo! I'm telling you, man, this is just fun stuff. Besides the scenery, I love the scenery. But coming back here, on this beefcake dual motor China bike is just fun. You can't put a price tag on, even if you have to walk out pushing it. It's still fun, you know, because I know all kinds of seniors that just go for hikes, right? You get your little backpack and your walking cane and you go hiking. Well, you know, if you get a flat in here on your e-bike, then that's what you're going to be doing. Otherwise, you're just going to be picking lines through rocks, and that's awesome. Okay. Too bad. Alrighty. So, it is pretty bouncy. Woo! But that's El Dorado, you know. So if it's a little more bouncy with these tires, so be it. I think we're getting close to the cave. And then, you know, we're just gonna flip a U-V. Yeah, I think we're there. I stopped for a minute when I turned off my video camera last and did a little, you know, tire check, looked at it. I was never that concerned before until, you know, I got a flat tire. Now it makes you paranoid. Ooh, a crank strike. That was a good one too. Bam! All right. So we're here. Like I said, I'm not gonna. Sun's going down, so I'm just gonna flip around and head back. Battery's doing good, you know, but once you lose a battery or battery bar or so, it starts going down faster. So cool beans. So now the part I needed to come in here to do is the part going out. That's finishing my ride. Yeah. So riding out. But this is kind of the highlight of El Dorado Canyon coming in here. This section right up above, of course, I've said before, you can't see it only from one spot over there. There's the natural arch. All right, so the tires are, I think they're holding up well. I mean, you can see rock scuffs on them, but I'll check them out more when I get home and clean the bike up. That'll be tomorrow. But I feel like it has more traction in the straight line. Bounces around a little bit more when you hit a little more deflection. And that could be having 2 more pounds of air. Having 2 more pounds of air in the tire, and because even 2 pounds makes a huge difference. It does. 2 pounds, yes. And I might go down to 10 pounds just to check it out one time and see how it works and feels. I know when I lower tire pressure, I'm like, that's it. I'm keeping it right there. But I'm good with where it's at. It's close. You know, a little bit more tire pressure probably is a little bit more safety against flats. I don't know that for sure, but I kind of think it's opposite. If you got balloony tires and you're running over stuff, you know. But I could be 100% wrong. But when I bought this bike, you know, I'm like, I'm getting a bike. I want it for El Dorado. And I was all, I hope it works. I don't know if it's gonna work. See, that's pretty bouncy in here. And just the rear end's bouncing all over the place. Okay. But it works pretty much exactly what I hoped for. And in some cases, I think a little bit better. Would be a lot better if I had real suspension on it. You know, the suspension does work, but it's pretty non-existent. I mean, it's going up and down, but it's pretty stiff suspension. All right. Okay, so I never used to make it up that hill. You saw me get all squirrely. Wow. But I climbed it. In the past, I went up that hill and I would get near the top and I'd have to bail off and push. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. You know, it's it bounces a little bit more, but you got better traction so you can get up things. So that's just pretty sick, dude. Come on, music, just play, dude. So frustrating. All right. Yeah, baby. So, I'm getting my ride finished in El Dorado. Oh, crap. Yeah, I love that stuff, man. I love that. I just love that kind of stuff. Yeah. Shakiest gun in the West. I just love that kind of stuff. Yeah, so okie doke, I just had to get the rock garden. Epic views, bro. Epic views. Yeah, especially in the evening. I love it. Early morning, which I used to do a lot of early morning rides with my friend Ryan. Early morning rides in El Dorado or evening rides are just the bomb, dude. Woo! Oh yeah. Traction, dude. There's traction. These tires are tractors. Yeah, tractors. I would have been spinning and dog paddling up that that area back there. I've done it too many times. Oh yeah. See, there might have even been a road that goes through there. It looks like people are trying to make a road through there. They make all kinds of roads through here. Hey, Lizzie. How you doing, Lizzie? What you up to, huh? You want to go along for a ride? Get up here, jump on. I'll take you for a ride. You'll like it. Yeah, so this thing in the in the past this thing would just spin tires, and now it jerks forward like, let's go. Yeah, I love this. This thing's like, tires are like, let's go, buddy. We got to get moving. Yeah. Okay, rock gardens. Rock gardens, baby. I mean, there's no great line, right? So you see a good line and then it gets bad, and yeah. You just gotta go and hope you don't bounce off onto your side or something. So hopefully I don't have mud on my lens. Yeah, but here we go, another rock garden. See if we can get through this. Let's see if we can get through this pile of rocks. Yeah, so not too bad. Okay. Sometimes definitely looks a lot worse than it is, but sometimes it looks easy, and then yeah. Okay. This section is a rock garden. You just gotta kind of pick your way through here. Yep. Yep, just rock gardens, rock gardens. Oh, crap. Get it pointed straight, Jupe. Yeah, I'd say those tires are pretty good rock tires. It just wants to launch you sometimes. I like it. Okay. Yeah, they work. Really good traction. So, yeah, I mean, happy with the tires. Yeah. Happy, yeah. And a big downhill. Never looks as steep as it is. Whoa. Okay, come on. Woo. Yeah, I'm just doing video of the rock gardens. There's a lot of them, but you know, they're pretty substantial. And the fun you too can have on an e-bike. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a giggle a minute. Yeah. Yeah, so couple of rainy days, and yeah, you got 6 inches of water. See, the front tire and back tire, they bounce more. You saw me get a little sideways there. They bounce more than the stock tires, but it's doable. More excitement. Yeah, and we're back in the secret garden. This is where the mud and the water is. But I'm not driving through the deep mud. This got deep right here. Deep enough. Because my feet are getting wet. Yeah. Hallelujah. Whew. Okay. So, the answer to that burning question all of you want to ask: will these tires let me finish my ride through El Dorado Canyon? And the answer is yes, with flying colors. So, I think I'm pretty happy with them. They are bouncy, because they're rigid tires. But you're gonna bounce in El Dorado Canyon. You can't help it, no matter what you take in there. So I expected that. Stiffer tires, more bounce. Anyway, we're getting up out of this canyon. It's beautiful. It's for the end of summer. I mean, it looks greener than I ever remember it, but I don't have a good memory anyway, but looks cool. And please like and subscribe. This video should be up tomorrow, and then we'll be on to our next adventure. All right, let's get up this hill. That's good. And downhill. Yes, sir. Don't be pushing buttons while you're going up and downhill.